It's a dark city. It's a bit like living in Scotland during the winter.
I don't think the sun even exists in this place.
Yes, not dissimilar. Hello, and welcome to Woodshed Reviews, where we look at films old and new, good and bad. On today's show, we're looking at the cult sci-fi film Dark City. This was recently re-released, given the proper treatment I think it needed a couple of months ago, and I picked up a copy and I mentioned that to you. And you said to me...
I hadn't seen it, and I've been recommended this film many times by several people over the years, and for some reason I've just never seen it. But obviously I was waiting for it to be released in 4K, director's cut.
Director's cut to see it properly and all that, Because, surprising, because it is a kind of cult, underground, sort of sci-fi film from the 90s. That's surely your oeuvre. And directed by Alex Proyas, who did The Crow before this.
Which we both rate.
We both rate very highly.
For me, it was always 5 logs, so it's still 5 logs.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna join you. I was swithering because we just did Psycho, and I gave it 4.5, and I'm giving The Crow 5, but I don't care. We'll get into a little synopsis about Dark City, but just off the bat, what was your thoughts seeing it? Yeah,
I loved it.
Yeah,
totally my cup of tea. As soon as it started, I knew I was in good hands. And I mean, this was a passion project that he wrote before The Crow. So he knew what he was doing, and amazing world building by the entire team. And
oh, absolutely.
When it starts, it feels like a kind of film noir, kind of 40s type setting.
Yeah.
And it feels like a kind of grounded, normal film. Supernatural elements creep in and gets a bit more sci-fi.
Yeah, it could be a sort of like Amnesia, sort of 1940s cop thriller or something like that when it starts off. It's definitely got elements of that, but there's a lot more kind of going on in it. And in terms of trying to pinpoint where this film takes place, good luck, by design, at the end of the day. I think we should point out that this was, the version I watched was the theatrical cut.
Yeah, because I read it had a voiceover, which kind of pretty much spoilt a lot of stuff.
The voiceover was mostly just at the start, and it was kind of like a studio note. They weren't expecting people to kind of wait 40 minutes to kind of try and figure it out for themselves and then get that kind of stuff, It was like right off the bat, Kiefer Sutherland's character, who's a supporting character, and it gives a sort of, kind of gives the game away,
Yeah.
First, there was darkness. Then came the strangers. They were a race as old as time itself.
And it's a little bit like Blade Runner in that regard. It definitely flew under the radar, to say the least. Never made any kind of impact at the time and stuff. But I think word of mouth kind of led to it getting the director's cut eventually. And I'm not saying it's at the status of Blade Runner is, but I think it probably should be. I think close enough.
I think, if you love cinema, if you love movies, this is an amazing film to sit down and discover, I think.
Yeah.
You're in for a treat, I would say.
Our main character, John Murdoch, although it takes him a minute to find out what his name actually is.
My name's Jason Murdoch. John Murdoch. Jake Murdoch. How's it going? Hi, Jack Murdoch.
Yeah, as we sort of said, he awakens up. He doesn't know who he is. He's in this situation where has he murdered someone? Who is he? He's getting phone calls from this doctor, played by Kiefer Sutherland, telling him he's lost his memory and he's going AWOL and all that kind of stuff. And he's starting to try and piece this world together that he's new to, just like we are,
Yeah.
And we're sort of seeing it through his eyes.
and the detective played by William Hurt.
William Hurt.
Yeah, so he's onto him, believes that he's killed this woman.
Yeah, so William Hurt is a sort of, I guess, a hard-boiled detective kind of character in it, which kind of builds into that sort of tropes as well. Mm-hmm. He's probably my favourite part of the film, my favourite character.
Right.
I really like him because, I mean, first of all, as an actor, I mean, he can just kind of raise an eyebrow or, you know, squint his eye or a little bit and you kind of know where he's at.
Mm-hmm. No one ever listens to me.
I think before, I thought maybe his ending was a bit unceremonious, but watching it now, I kind of really like it because it's just that sort of like, he goes on that journey and, you know, he's questioning what he believes and he kind of gets to that point where he glimpses the truth for a brief second. You know, he sort of touches the face of God, if you like, and then it's kind of like almost like that was worth his journey, you know, sort of like accepting that, yeah, I'm going to question things and I'm going to sacrifice myself for the truth.
Yeah, well, I've only seen it the one time, and I'm already looking forward to seeing it again. Because I know I'll see different things and pick up on different things.
Definitely, yeah.
It feels like that kind of film. Mm-hmm. It almost sparks your own imagination about how this place came to be and what it all means. Yeah,
aye, because it's. I mean, I guess like we don't get any hard and concrete answers about where they are, where they came from, and all that kind of the strangers and.
Yeah, we haven't mentioned the strangers.
Yeah.
So they kind of just start cropping up here and there. They're trying to get John Murdoch for some reason. I think Murdoch escapes a few times, but he does it with the aid of some supernatural powers he has.
Yeah, it's called tuning.
What is to be done? This man is dangerous.
It is said he is able to tune.
Impossible.
We have seen it with our own eyes.
They're basically experimenting on humans because they want to sort of figure out how we work, how we think.
Yeah.
That we are individualistic kind of beings, whereas they're a sort of hive mind.
They're hive mind, and also they don't have a soul.
Yeah, and they're not they're taking human forms, but we sort of see glimpses of what they are, sort of these sort of like spider kind of creatures or something like that.
Yeah.
So they're conducting this experiment, which is basically what the whole sort of city is, you know.
Yeah, so I think it's at midnight the time stops, isn't it? And everyone kind of looks like they fall asleep.
Yeah.
Whether they're driving, the cars stop and they fall asleep.
Yeah.
We see a lot of strange things happening, like buildings changing shape. And during this time, I think Kiefer Sutherland works for them, and he deletes memories from people and injects new ones, something like that.
A touch of unhappy childhood. A dash of teenage rebellion.
You know, there's a lot kind of going on with sort of identity and how does that shape you and what your memories and stuff like that. Is that the person that you were? You know, all these kind of things.
Yeah, like if you take someone's memories away, are they still human?
Yeah.
Is there still something there?
Yeah.
Is that the soul? Something like that.
It is our capacity for individuality, our souls, that makes us different from them. They think they can find the human soul if they understand how our memories work.
Richard O'Brien is the sort of, he's not the main sort of stranger bad guy, if you like. He's a sort of like the guy who gets stuff done, you know, the Darth Vader to the Emperor sort of thing.
Yeah, it's Mr. Hand, is it? Or something
yeah,
like that?
I love that they've kind of, it's almost like they've kind of like, they understand the sort of like, the sort of naming convention of Mr., but they've just named everybody after like sort of Mr. Wall, Mr. Hand, Mr. Book.
No more Mr. Quick.
Mr. Quick, dead. Yes.
Poor Mr. Quick.
You know, they're trying to figure out why John Murdoch has got this ability and stuff. He gets injected with this sort of stuff from Kiefer Sutherland, so he starts to experience what it's like to, you know, to have feelings, emotions, memories of his own.
Yeah.
All that kind of stuff, you know.
That's right, because they inject Murdoch's memories
into him,
so that would help him track him.
Track him down, yeah.
But imagine a life alien to yours, in which your memories were not your own, but those shared by every other of your kind.
He's a really interesting kind of character in that regard, probably more so than the main kind of bad guy, who's a little bit underdeveloped, I think.
Yeah, possibly. There wasn't much with him, was there?
Probably my main kind of gripe about it is that, like, because it's a showdown, Murdoch and I can't even remember his name because he's not really that well sort of developed in it, and it's a big showdown with the two of them, and it feels a bit like, oh, okay, I'm not really that fussed about it because Richard O'Brien's character is a lot more interesting, you know.
That's right, yeah. Yeah, you weren't feeling it as much as you should.
We should probably mention The Matrix in this because...
Yeah, definitely.
The Matrix came out about a year later. I believe there was some sets or something like that were shared between the two films.
Yeah.
It's definitely a visual style. It's definitely a story sort of like...
and this was written probably early 90s?
Yeah, because Alex Proyas, the director, had been way before like The Crow and stuff like that. He was trying to get this made and stuff, you know.
Yeah, and it's thanks to The Crow that he got this made, because basically he could do anything he wanted after the success of The Crow.
Was it one of those sort of like, okay.
What do you want to do? Well,
yeah, I've got this one on the back burner.
There's no daylight, and these guys, I don't know how long they've been there, but they're starting to question, like, when was...
Yeah, well, that's one of my favourite scenes when John Murdoch kind of asked William Hurt, like, when was the last time that you saw daylight?
I got a better one for you. When was the last time you remember doing something during the day?
What do you mean?
I just mean during the day. Daylight. When was the last time you remember seeing it?
Aye, so they're trying to get to Shell Beach. It's like a childhood memory where he grew up, was it?
Yeah, but did that really happen?
Right, yeah.
Or was that just a memory and all that kind of stuff? But he's trying to kind of get to that. And that's an interesting thing where he's talking to cab drivers and stuff. How do you get to Shell Beach? And they're just like, yeah, no problem. It's like, what? You know?
Yeah.
All you gotta do is take Main Street west to... Where's it to cross? You know, that's funny. I can't seem to remember if it's Main Street West or the crosstown.
I don't know if I can say enough good things about this film, to be honest with you. I just, I love the whole vibe, the whole look of it, the storytelling, how it's parsed out. I think the pacing of it is just, you know, fantastic, you know.
It is. I mean, I don't think I could agree more after our first viewing. Yeah, the atmosphere is just incredible. Amazing world to kind of lose yourself in, and find yourself thinking a lot about it. That's my favourite kind of film, where you're thinking about it days after. And
it is a kind of like an interesting character study of how, you know, we kind of like sometimes, we're all kind of, we think we know something, you know, and
yeah, so, it's conformity.
But, you know, you'd like to think that you would kind of like, you know, question your reality and
break free from the Matrix. I can't really find much negative to say about it.
No.
Maybe I could have felt more connection with the main character, a bit more emotion maybe.
Okay.
But yeah, no, it's just an amazing atmosphere. You got to pay attention though.
Yeah.
You know, it gives you a little bit of information at a time. You still have to pay attention, kind of thing.
Yeah, it's not a film you just watch once, I think, you know. You kind of like got to kind of go back and then you pick up on other things and other layers and I never kind of picked up on that. Definitely is that. But, you know, that's the best kind of films really, you know, when it comes down to it.
It could well be a 5-log film, but I feel like maybe 4.5 just now.
I'm with you there. I'm going to give it 4.5 as well, because I think we've kind of talked about a few sort of little niggles in here and stuff like that. Minor things about, like, you know, the main kind of bad guy at the end and stuff, and maybe some sort of stuff about, as you're sort of saying, the main character and that. But I can't say fairer than that. I think you're completely right. I feel like 25 years down the line, it's a 4.5 for me. So.
Yeah, I mean, this is a cult classic, definitely. I think it's an amazing film to discover.
Will we leave Dark City? Will we put some lights on to that?
Yeah,
Does that work? I don't know if that'll work. Okay, so that's Dark City. Please check it out. It's an absolute classic if you haven't already seen it. But that's all we've got for you today. But we'll see you next time.
See ya.